Right, I'm just turning these cups that I threw yesterday. They're dried overnight. It's a good thing about this weather is that they're dried enough overnight. I turned them upside down this morning, this way up, so this bit dries. It's mid-morning now. I did that about 7 o'clock this morning. Came down and turned them over. I've used calipers to mark the foot ring. The reason I do that is one is so I keep them more uniform. This is domestic wear and you know, all to be similar. And these pots will be all different because the decoration is individual on all of them, the way I do it, the landscape. But the form of them is roughly the same. I say roughly because, I mean, you can when you're throwing, and a lot of people do. They can make them identical. I like everything to be slightly different. One of the benefits of handmade pieces. They're all slightly different. If you wanted to make them all identical, you would just cast them, wouldn't you? I like them to have a little bit of individuality about them. Take a little bit more off there. Get rid of the turning lines. I undercut the foot ring there for two reasons. One, I think it looks nicer, and also for practicality, you can lift it off the wheel and you can hold it while you're dipping glazing. So there's all sorts of things that go through your mind when you're manufacturing or making things, not just in clay but in anything really. You have to think of the whole process. So you come up with a great design, but you think, how the hell am I going to glaze that, you know? So when you're making multiples of things, it's always nice to make your job easier. I'm rounding off the edge with my finger there, so that you can go on some people put them on polished surfaces. You don't want it to be causing scratches on furniture, things like that. Leave a nice little turning mark there, a bit more decoration. I make all of my foot rings the same size so that I can stack them foot ring to foot ring in the kiln when I'm biscuit firing them. So that's another thought process you have to go through. How can I make it economical to fire? If you've got like 7 stacks of these and you can save that much, kiln thickness each time, you might be able to get an extra batch of cups in. So if I can lift it off like that, that means I can dip it later. Just dip it to my fingertips in the glaze, and that's it. So I'm going to, at the end of this, I'll show you how I do my handles, or I prepare my handles for putting on the mugs. It's my way of doing it. It's not everybody's way, but it's a little trick I have. Okay, so I'll show you that in a moment. I'm just having a break from turning these cups. They're a bit too. The second batch I did a bit too soft, so while they're drying out, I'm just going to prepare these handles. Now, this is the way I do it. Before all the purists come to me and say, "Oh, you should pull a long one and wipe them all off and have little." I find it easier this way. And also, the people who make lots and lots of handles don't necessarily watch my videos. I think people who watch videos on YouTube are wanting to to learn, and if I can find an easier way of doing stuff for you, I will. So what I do is I roll out just a roll of clay, cut them off. Just trial and error I've found over the years that tells you the right length. And then once you've got them like that, all I do is roll them from with my hand at an angle, and that's ready to go. So that's one. Two. Excuse my sorry, excuse my croaky voice, I've got a cold. And that's all there is to it. That's how I prepare my handles. You leave these to set a little bit. You could pull them on the hand, pull them on the pot like this, but I like them just to firm up a little bit, and that way it makes life easier in handling it all. Okay, that's it. Simple as that. Do 40 or 50 of those, ready for my handling period. Little tap, and they're ready to put on the clay. Okay, that's it.